So you're thinking about moving to Arizona and possibly contemplating Surprise, Arizona. Well, today we are going to be covering Surprise, Arizona. We're going to talk about what's going on in and around Surprise. Of course, we are going to be discussing the housing and also the activities in and around Surprise, Arizona, as well as schools. In case you're moving out here with your kiddos and you need to know some information regarding schools, we're going to drop some information on that for you as well. We're also going to include jobs and economy, what's been going on in and around Surprise for that as well, including pros and cons of living in Surprise, Arizona, so you can make the best informed decision of what you may want to do or not want to do in regards to Surprise, Arizona. You may definitely love it and decide, yep, this is the city, or no, Mary Kate, give me another city to contemplate, to think about, to consider, and maybe I'll go there instead. But anyway, we're going to give you all that information plus the pros and cons of Surprise, Arizona. And let's not waste any more time. Let's just jump right on into it. We're going to quickly go over some information about Surprise, Arizona, and then, like I said, we're going to go into the pros and cons. But just for your general information, up here is a map to give you an outline of where Surprise is located in the greater Phoenix area. Surprise, Arizona isn't super duper big. It's only about 158,000 people residing in Surprise, but it is a growing and booming city. And a lot of people are flocking there, especially the snowbirds just love to go there. When they come down to Arizona, it's one of the popular cities that they like to go to, besides Scottsdale, of course. But Surprise is growing by leaps and bounds for snowbirds to come and spend the winters here. I wonder why, because the winters are so great here in Arizona. But anyway, around 158,000 people are residing in Surprise, Arizona. As far as the housing, it does tend to be a lot more affordable than other parts of the greater Phoenix area. You can pick up a single family home around the high 300s to the low $400,000 range, all the way up to multi-million-dollar range. In fact, right now there is a home for sale in Surprise, Arizona for $2.5 million, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, over 5,000 square feet. So we've got a little bit and a lot of it for you, a little house, a big house, whatever your budget seems to be, we can definitely find it for you in Surprise, Arizona, because it's so vast. You know, it's like I said, it seems to be a little bit more affordable. Your dollar definitely tends to stretch more in Surprise. So if you're wanting to come to the greater Phoenix area, you definitely might want to consider Surprise, because like I just said, your dollar will definitely stretch a lot more in Surprise, Arizona. In addition to the single family homes being in that price range, you can pick up a condo around 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, roughly around, give or take, right now $325,000 to up to $350,000. So if you're more into lock and leave and you just want to be able to do that with ease and comfort and less stress, we can definitely find you a condo for around $325,000, $350,000 at this moment. But you know, with the economy going up and everything going haywire, you might want to jump onto that really quick, because $325,000 for a condo is pretty darn good price, but you're going to need some help and guidance with that, so make sure you give us a call. Moving on. If you're contemplating possibly looking into new construction, a new home, you say, no, Mary Kay, I don't want a resale home, I want a brand new home. Well, like I said, Surprise is booming, and they are definitely booming, growing, expanding in the northern part of Surprise. In fact, if you haven't, or you might already be aware of, I have done many videos already on the new constructions, new homes that are up and available for you right now. In fact, there are some great lender specials that they're availing to you. So if the interest rates right now are hovering around 7-8%, we can get you into, depending on what the special is, of course, sometimes it's in the 4 and 5, 6% range. So make sure you give us a call. We know which which builders are providing that type of information, but you definitely want to check out my videos right here. There are a handful of videos up in the northern part of Surprise, brand new homes that you may want to consider as well instead of a resale home. Good, there's advantages and disadvantages of new home versus resale. You can check my video out on that. I have one on new homes versus resale homes. So if you need some information about that, you can find that as well too. Okay, moving on from the housing, I wanted to get into what else you can do in and around Surprise, Arizona, so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. Of course, if we're going to dive into some outdoor things right now, as far as outdoor activity is lakes. If you are a lake goer, if you like to water ski or go boating or fishing, we definitely have some absolutely beautiful lakes. As you can see by the map here, you can see where they are located in relation to Surprise, Arizona. We have absolutely gorgeous lakes. Our most popular and largest lake, of course, is Lake Pleasant. It is bordering North Peoria, North Phoenix, as you can see. Everything going east and it's east of Scottsdale, is Bartlett Lake, Roosevelt Lake, Apache Lake, Canyon Lake, and Saguaro Lake. Make sure you put those on your bucket list, because even if you're not a big lake goer, sometimes during the summer you just may want to get away and go to the lake, whether it's, like I said, boating, water skiing, camping, fishing, or maybe just gathering up the family and with the four-legged animal and just heading out to one of the lakes or to all the lakes. They are absolutely beautiful. You can do so much in and around the lakes. Even if you want to dip your toe in the lake and just enjoy the day out there, you're definitely going to want to add the lakes to your bucket list. If you're into sports, yay boy, you're my kind of person. You can see up here on the map where all our professional sporting venues are located. Football, Arizona Cardinals, yay, go Cardinals, good, bad, or ugly. I love my Arizona Cardinals. As you can see on the map, it is located in Glendale, Arizona, off the 101, right near the Westgate Entertainment District. And then if you're into baseball or basketball, those both are downtown Phoenix. Both the Phoenix Mercury and the Phoenix Suns, they share the same stadium downtown. And then just a little bit down the road are the Arizona Diamondbacks. So the baseball team, the baseball stadium is right down the street from the basketball court stadium. If you're into ice hockey, yes, we have the Arizona Coyotes. They are located in Tempe, Arizona. However, they're slated to be there only till 2024. Where they're going to go after that, we don't have any idea. We don't even know if they're going to stay in the state yet, but hopefully they do, because they have a huge following here in Arizona. However, if your love is for golf, you love being on the short grass, we do have the PGA Tour that does come to town. They are in Scottsdale, as you can see on the map. They usually come January, February, and usually most of the time it is Super Bowl weekend. So what you can do is go out there all week and watch the golf, and on Sunday after the last round, you can just hustle on home and watch the Arizona Cardinals play in the Super Bowl, right? Yes, yay! One day we're going to get back to the Super Bowl. But anyway, it's a great way to spend an afternoon out on the golf course. You've got to go out to the golf course. Even if you aren't a golf fan, so to speak, or a golf player, so to speak, you have to go to the hole 16, where they have a stadium-like atmosphere, and there are thousands and thousands of people there. They boo and they cheer each and every player. And let me tell you, it is loud and rowdy. It's the most popular hole on the golf course. In fact, that's why they call it the party on short grass. So you're definitely going to want to put the PGA Tour event on your bucket list to do when you get out here to Arizona. If hiking and biking is your outdoor activity, oh my gosh, you have so much for you to do. As you can see on the map right here, these are the trails that are in and around Surprise, Arizona. In fact, I use alltrails.com. And if you go on that site, it'll show you all the trails within the state of Arizona. And if you are a hiking enthusiast, we have so many trails in the state that you could do it for almost forever before you come back to the very beginning of the first trail that you did. But anyway, so many beautiful hiking and biking trails. Popular one in the Surprise is the White Tanks, as you can see right here on all these beautiful pictures from it. I will give you an FYI if you are a hiker, biker, when you start to go out hiking and the weather is going from winter to the warmer weather, please, please, please be very, very, very careful. I know I always say this because I just want to make sure that you're going to be careful when you're going out hiking as the weather starts to warm up, and especially during the summer times. Please don't wear your earphones with the music blaring so loudly, because the snakes are going to be out and you're not going to hear the rattlesnake rattle its rattle, and you may get bitten. And what we don't want to do is see you on the news getting rescued off the mountain because you got bitten by a rattlesnake. That's your one FYI information. Number two is make sure you bring plenty of water. We get so many visitors out here in Arizona hiking and biking, and they think, oh, I'll be okay, I don't need any water, or I just need one bottle of water. Don't think that. If you think you brought enough water, bring even more water. In fact, hydrate before you go out, because many people get rescued off the mountain because they got dehydrated, they fell, they got hurt. And again, we see them on the news being rescued. So don't do that. So be very aware of the rattlesnakes and the wildlife out on the trail, and bring lots and lots of water for you to stay hydrated. If your go-to sport is tennis and pickleball, yes, pickleball is booming. Pickleball is so popular out here, and there are lots of courts out here in the Surprise area. In fact, they just built a tennis pickleball court that I think there's like 20 some courts in one area that a lot of people like to congregate and have their tournaments. Plus, all over the valley, there are pickleball tournaments everywhere. It's just a booming sport. So if tennis and pickleball are your sports, we definitely have you covered here in Surprise, Arizona. If your thing and your go-to activity is baseball, well, we definitely have you covered here in the valley, especially in Surprise, Arizona with spring training. We have over 15 teams that come to Arizona for spring training, and they play at a variety of 10 different ball fields. As you can see right here on the map, and all the different teams that come here, they actually have a field here in Surprise. And the teams that come down to Surprise, their home field in Surprise are Kansas City Royals and the Texas Rangers. They actually play, their home field is in Surprise. But you know what? If you want to see so many other teams, you can avail yourself of all of them throughout the whole valley. So many people come down here just for that, especially the snowbirds. They love their baseball, and actually so do a lot of other people here that actually live here in the area, in the valley. It's just a great way to be outside, enjoy the sunshine, and have a great time watching baseball. Another nice activity to be outside with for the kiddos is the Surprise Aquatic Center. It's relatively new. It's actually one of the largest is the largest in the state of Arizona. You have so much to do there if you actually enjoy playing in the water. If you don't have a pool, or aren't going to buy a house that has a pool and the lakes aren't your thing, or you don't want to go to the lake too often, you can go to the Surprise Aquatic Center. They have water slides, splash pads, diving boards, wave pools, and also a lazy river. So there is so much for you to do, so much for the kids to do, to totally wear them out all day, bring them home, and they'll be quiet as a mouse. If you enjoy going to the zoo and you really don't want to trek down to downtown Phoenix to go see the zoo, well, that's okay. We got you covered on that as well. There is Wildlife World Zoo, Aquarium, and Safari Park. It's not actually in Surprise, it is actually in Litchfield Park, but it's just to the south of Surprise. So the borders between there, it's pretty, depending on what part of Surprise that you're going to choose to live in, it's actually in the southern part of Surprise. But it's so much fun. The kiddos just absolutely love it. And like I said, it's the Wildlife World Zoo, Aquarium, and Safari Park. As far as schools, we've got you covered on that as well. There are some really great schools in Surprise, Arizona, as you can see right here from the pop-up. It has a great rating. I use greatschools.org or niche.com. You're welcome to use those. They give you rankings, ratings, and so much other information. So if you're coming down here with the kiddos and you need schools, or maybe you're a school teacher or affiliated with a school and you need to get a job with that, well, you can go on there and find out some great information, like I said, whether for the kiddos or for yourself, or any other site that you want to use. But what I use is greatschools.org and niche.com. So check those out. If you're wanting to head downtown, well, that's not too far away, maybe about, depending where you are in Surprise, about a 30 to 45 minute drive. As you can see on the map where it is downtown Phoenix. And if you need to get to the airport, it's just probably about a 5 to 8 minute drive further to the airport. But like I said, 30 minutes to 45 minute drive, depending on time of day and the traffic. But it won't take you too long to get there. Our freeway system is very, very easy to navigate, and you kind of like just zip right on over there. I wanted to dive in a little bit before I get into the pros and cons about jobs and economy. You know, some people come down here and they need a job, or they're looking to expand to find something else to do. And I wanted to go over the jobs and economy for just a minute. The Phoenix Business Journal just put out an article for the best places to work. And these are the finalists. They haven't whittled it down completely, but these are the actual finalists that they have on the list for the best places to work in and around Surprise, Arizona, and throughout the valley. When the Phoenix Business Journal broke down all these companies, they did it by size of the company, small to large. And I'm going to kind of just briefly let you know what they are, just in case you're looking for a job, or to let you know that, the economy and the job situation here is actually really, really good. So starting off with what they call the micro category finalists, and the top ones here are Affirm Wealth Advisors, AP Professionals, Bluetail Inc., Brighton Jones, Commit Agency, Creation, Coppersmith Brockman, Facings of America, Nurse IO, Pay Compass, Silvertree Wealth Partners, and VACO. The next category is Extra Small Finalists. And some of those are A&M, Batch Service, Bison Ventures, BMO Financial Group, Embark, that's EMBARK, Embark, RPG Brands, SEI, Snow Property Services, the James Agency, and Waltz. And then they move right up into the small category, and at the top there are Arizona Bank and Trust, Camelot Homes, Enterprise Bank and Trust, Forward Tilt, IT1, Landmark Title Agency, Lohman Company, Martinsons, and Rise 48 Equity. Moving on to the next category is midsize. The midsize category is A1 Garage Door Services, Adobe Population Health, Arizona Central Credit Union, Bell Bank, ISSA, and Layton Construction. The next category is the large category finalist, and that's Arizona Financial Credit Union, Best Western, Catholic Charities, Epcor Water Company, Lennar Homes, Meritage Homes, Southwest Human Development, VIP Mortgage, and the extra large companies, they are Achieve, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona, Insight, McCarthy Building Companies, and Microchip Technology. In fact, the microchip technology is actually booming all around here. They're building this huge plant, the semiconductor plant in the northern part of Phoenix, off of the I-17 freeway, and there's others down in the East Valley as well. So technology is just absolutely booming out here. So moving on to the pros and cons for Surprise Arizona. One of the pros, the first pro is, as I already mentioned, is affordability. Because your dollar stretches so much more. You can buy more house for your dollar when you compare it to other parts of Phoenix, Scottsdale, Chandler, Gilbert, some parts of Peoria. So Surprise is very, very affordable for it, and that's why it's one of the top pros to live in Surprise. Number 2 on the pros is outdoor recreation. As I already mentioned, all the things that you can do in and around Surprise. There's hiking, there's biking, there's the aquatic center, there are the zoos, there's the lakes. There is just so much in and around Surprise Arizona. So you can do as much or as little outdoors for Surprise Arizona as you want. So it's great, no matter if you want to live in Surprise or actually in any other city, but so much to do. The next on the pros is job opportunities. As I already mentioned, the jobs in the economy, they are just booming. In fact, there's so much coming out and slated to be on the west side of the valley that we used to have just farmland. Now they're getting rid of so much of the farmland and just building all these huge brick and mortar buildings, so all these huge companies can come out here. So as far as job opportunities, the economy for that is fantastic. You just can't go wrong with it. Another pro is family-friendly atmosphere. Surprise is very, very known for that. You have pockets of Surprise that are very much family-friendly. I mean, the neighborhoods are just filled with kids, which are great, And some people come down here because they come down here with a family and they want to be in that atmosphere. So, if that's something that you're wanting to consider, that is definitely something that's good about Surprise. Although throughout the whole valley, there are a lot of great places to raise a family. But that is one of the nice things about Surprise. It's definitely a family-friendly atmosphere. Another pro is the sports and entertainment. I briefly touched on the sporting events, but as far as entertainment, there's a lot of entertainment going on there as well. If you want to do concerts and such, you'll have to go down, unfortunately, to downtown Phoenix, because a lot of the cultural events, the museums and such are geared more toward downtown Phoenix. Concerts are, at various places, and some of the places are at the different casinos throughout the valley. But for the most part, you're going to have to go to downtown Phoenix for that. As far as crime and safety, it's relatively pretty low in Surprise. But I always say, what's low for one and okay for another isn't for somebody else. So that's very relative. So depending on what you like, what you dislike, I always recommend people a couple different sites for you to go check out. It's called crimegrade.org, and my other site is called communitycrimemap.com. So check those two sites out, because if you're thinking about Surprise or any other area, they may give you the information that you need so you can make the right decision for you and your family. Moving on to the cons, number one, you have to know what it is. It's the extreme heat that we have here during the summer. Yes, it gets toasty, roasty, hot. In fact, the filming here is 2023. We just came out of a miserably hot summer. Our hottest month is usually right around July, 107 degrees, but many times, like this past summer, it was much higher. We ranged between 119 to 120, 122 degrees, so it's roasty, toasty hot. In fact, there are many times I was outside filming, and my camera, and I had my phone, it just literally shut down and said temporarily overheated, we are shutting down. I'd have to run to my car, turn on the air conditioning, and hold my camera up to the air vent so that it would cool down. Then I'd run back outside, do some more filming before it overheated again. So yes, it gets really, really hot, and it seems to be getting actually worse. I mean, last year my AC bill was right around $350, $360 for the month, the high month. This past year was like $480 for my AC bill, my electric bill. So it's definitely getting hotter. It's definitely AC is gonna run a lot more. However, if you're coming from the snow country and you're totally fine with it, then you don't have anything to worry about. That's perfectly fine. Oh, one more thing about the heat. You know, a lot of people like to escape. As you can see right here on the map, many people like to go up to Flagstaff. It's just a 2-hour drive up to Flagstaff to kind of get away from the heat, or maybe to Sedona or even to Prescott. Even during the wintertime, I know this probably should have been on the pros, but if you're coming from snow, or maybe you're not coming from snow, you just like the snow. If you want to go to the snow country, it's a 2-hour drive up to Flagstaff. Go snow skiing, make snow angels, build snowmen, whatever you want to do during the wintertime. Then take your 2-hour drive back down to the valley, put on your shorts, and go play golf. You know, it's just great. People always say, Mary Kay, Arizona or Phoenix is not a 4-season state. Well, yes, that's true, in the valley, so to speak, but we're only a 2-hour drive up to the snow, a 2-hour drive up to go see the changing of the leaves. I mean, you can't beat living here in Arizona. It's just the best of everything. Number 2 on the cons is public transportation and public transit. It sucks. I mean, I'm sorry. Phoenix, Arizona in general is, I think, the 5th or 6th largest city in the United States. And our transit system is really, really bad. In fact, our public transit system is mainly downtown Phoenix, and it's just spreading out a little bit. As far as public transportation, we do have the buses throughout the valley, and you're going to have to check on that if that's something you're going to need and you're not coming down here and you're not driving. If you are driving but may need some extra transportation services, you're definitely going to be calling Uber, or you're going to be driving yourself. Those are your 2 options. You can try to take a bus, find out if the bus is coming toward you or to the area that you are choosing. If you're going up to the northern part of Surprise, most likely not. You're going to just have to drive yourself or call Uber for your transportation. Number 3 on the cons is water scarcity. Yes, we live in the desert, and guess what? Yes, we are getting limited on our water. In fact, you know, this past summer, they did tell us to start reducing our amount of water usage. And you know, it's only going to get worse because we are out here in the Valley of the Sun, and we are in the desert, and we only have so much water. So if that's a concern of yours, if you don't want to be dealing with that, then you may want to think of somewhere else to go. But I just want to let you know, one of the cons for living in Surprise, Arizona, and actually in the greater Phoenix area, is the water issue that we do currently have. Number 4 on the cons is limited cultural amenities. As I said, there aren't really any in Surprise. If you're into culture as museums and institutions and concerts, you're going to be going more to downtown Phoenix. It's about a 30-minute drive, give or take, time of day and traffic. But if that's what you're really into, it really doesn't exist too much in Surprise. You're definitely going to have to head over to downtown Phoenix, some parts of Scottsdale, but pretty much nil and none in Surprise. Sorry about that, but at least it's not that far away. It's just a 30-minute drive. Next on the cons list is the limited educational services. Yes, we got great schools, elementary, middle school, and high schools, great schools in the Surprise area. But if you want university, our universities are ASU, Arizona State University, which is based in Tempe, Arizona, NAU, Northern Arizona University, which is in Flagstaff, and then U of A, which is down in Tucson. But just to let you know, ASU does have satellite campuses throughout the valley. Not a whole lot, but they do have satellite campuses you can go to. But if you want to go to the main university, it's going to either be to Tempe for ASU, NAU in Flagstaff, or U of A down in Tucson. And then last and final con is limited diversity, as I kind of already mentioned regarding the cultural and the history of things. It's not going to be so much in Surprise. You're going to have to head over to downtown Phoenix. Just nothing really too convenient for that. But you know, it is what it is. You know, Surprise is a growing city, and that's really great. But because it's just relatively new and still growing, the cultural aspect of the greater Phoenix area is going to be mainly into the downtown Phoenix. So there you have it, the good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly about living in Surprise, Arizona. So maybe you decide, yes, I definitely want to come to Surprise, or you know what, Mary Kay, I have totally eliminated it. Well, at least you've made a decision or helped make a decision for what may be best for you and your family. If you have any questions, by all means, make sure you give us a call. We'll help you, we'll direct you in the right path so that you can make home sweet home wherever city you're choosing in Arizona. If this is your first time to the channel and you'd like to know everything about living in Surprise, Arizona or the surrounding areas, well, subscribe below and remember to hit the bell, ding ding, so you can be notified when anything new comes up about living in Surprise, Arizona and or the surrounding areas. We get calls, texts, emails every day from people just like you looking for help to make a move to Surprise, Arizona, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, 9 months, 1 or 2 years, whatever your time frame is, give us a call, text, or email. All our information is below in the description or right above right here, so we can help you make a smooth move to Arizona. My name is Mary Kay Marino, and welcome to Hello Arizona Living and Real Estate. If you're a returning viewer, awesome. Thanks for coming back. We really appreciate that. If this is your first time to the video, first time to our channel, well, welcome. If this has been helpful and informative, can you do us a favor? Give us a thumbs up so we can help other people make a smooth move to Arizona as well. We thank you for being here. And as I always say, until I see you around town, show you around town, you have a marvelous, awesome, spectacular day. Bye for now.